Hello everyone, so this week we'll be going over character development. Let's get started. So before we get started, I just wanted to tell you all about something really awesome that I was able to do. I'm so excited. So, I'm going to have an online launch party for my first book, Loading Life. It's getting a brand new cover, and it's going to be so pretty. And I want to celebrate that and just be able to like tell everyone, oh yeah. But at this online launch party, which is October 3rd at 6 p.m. Central Time. Why? Because I live in Central Time. anyways, at this launch party, we will be having little games and all that, but I will be announcing the winner of my giveaway that is going on right now. If you haven't entered the giveaway yet, or you just didn't know about it, but now you do, and you really want to, you can enter down below. I'll leave a link. And the grand prize winner will receive an Amazon Fire HD 8 tablet. Brand new, oh so pretty. And they'll also receive a personalized signed copy of Loading Life from yours truly. After you enter the giveaway, you can actually go back and do like all these little things, like maybe tweet about it or like my Facebook page or anything like that, and you'll get even more points and even more entries into the contest. So, you know, it's not just a like one time, hopefully you'll get it. You can like enter as many times as you want. Like you can tweet every single day about it and get X amount of entries like that. So hey, you have more of a chance to do it, especially if you do it right now, because you know it's still really early and all that. You can still get so many tweets out, yeah. So yeah, anyways, that's all for that. Thank you all for listening to that. So on to actual character development. If you've been walking through with the Novel Factory like I have, you notice that you did a basic character profile, and they actually take that and expand on it in this one. However, kind of like with the plot development last week, the way they did it is alright. It's an okay way to do it. You know, if it's the way you do it, hey, cool. But it doesn't benefit someone like me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too weird. Who knows, right? I'm probably weird. It's not. But the way they've done it to expand on your basic character profile is to have a 150 questionnaire about your character. They say you should do this with all your main characters and that it really fleshes out your character. But I have a problem with that. As for me, I don't think you have to know your character inside and out like that thoroughly, like you're saying. It's kind of like a best friend, you know. When you first meet the friend, you don't know that much. You guys could be into like the same thing. Like me and my best friend, we were into anime. We didn't know all that much when we first met. You know, we just knew that we liked anime, and from there, we built a friendship that's lasted for like years, man. It was like middle school. But it's kind of like that with your character. You know, you want to learn and to grow with them and learn who they really are. And there's another reason why I really don't like how the Novel Factory does it. Some of the questions, like, they wouldn't necessarily go with each and every story an author would write. So when the Novel Factory asks the question in their questionnaire, if your character had a superpower, what would it be? If I was doing this questionnaire for all three of my main characters, I probably wouldn't answer that. At least not in the way that they think you would. I mean, you have Sadiq, you know, powerful vampire. He doesn't really care about superpowers. He kind of has them already. At least superpowers as in they're super to humans and all that, right? With Lavanya, she's a witch. You know, she would probably giggle at this question if someone asked her. It's like, oh, I don't know, something. It's like, yeah, mainly because she can do about most everything she puts her mind to with her magic powers. And then you have Kai. And yeah, she is a teenager. She would probably be one of those people who would like superheroes. But from how she's grown up and for the fact that she has something really awesome about her that I can't say because that would be spoilers, but it's really cool, I promise you. she wouldn't even think of the question, you know? Especially since she's more stern than a lot of people her age. She's like, you know, it doesn't match her character. So how would one make their characters and then make their characters in depth if they don't have a huge questionnaire to do? Well, I'm going to tell you how I have done my characters in the past, of course. Now, there are two ways that I have discovered for myself how to actually make characters. One way is to create the world first and come up with a story idea before actually having the characters there. This is something I've done in Loading Life. First came the question, what would life be like as a video game? And then I thought, okay, so if life was a video game, then what would the world be like? Like, how would it be different from ours? And, you know, I developed the world and developed the story, or at least where I wanted the story to go a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit where I could still have my free time, because I love my free time when writing, right? And then I thought, okay, cool. What would the characters be like? Like, the main character coming up against all this stuff, all this craziness that's going on, what would he or she be like? And from those questions, I came up with Hero Leander and Annie Mae Fields. And from there, I came up with characters like Root, who is Hero's best friend, and Kaz, who is the guy who Hero hates, and all that, because they're both jerks to each other. Now with this book I'm writing, the first in the Nectaric series, I actually started coming up with a lot of the characters before I even came up with the story. And then after I started thinking about them, like, wait, so what kind of world are they gonna live in? So it's either characters first and then the world, or the world first and then the characters. So how do I go about actually coming up with these characters? Like, what brings them to life, you know? I either look at the personality type first or the physical first. With physical attributes to characters, I think like, oh, hey, it would be cool to have a person with like bright green hair. Or hey, what if someone had a huge scar? When it comes to personality types, I usually think of, okay, so what if a person's outgoing? Or what if they're lazy? Or what if this person is not trusting of others, you know? Are they strong-willed? Are they easygoing? You know, I just start thinking of all these questions. Are they strong-willed? Are they easygoing? I just think about all these questions and I'm like, what if you put these two things together? Or what if a person who is outgoing but very lazy, you know, they're only outgoing when they want to be? Or what if you have a person who doesn't trust others but always looks happy, you know, they always have a smile on their face? Why would they be like that? So physical attributes come first, then I think about personality types. But if personality types come first, then I start thinking about physical types. From physical to personality, one example would be Lavanya. She's really beautiful. She's really gorgeous. She looks like a supermodel. She has this copper tone red hair. She has really defined features. She has a very thin waist but very big hips. She has muscles for days. Oh my goodness. So how would this go into personality type? So then I thought I was calling her a supermodel. So she would probably be paying attention to fashion a lot, and that's where her love of fashion came from. Now from the very first chapter, you know that she loves fashion. You know that she's very into it. She thinks particularly about every single thing she wears. And then when you go from personality to physical, it's something different. This is something I've done with Kai. She's snarky, but she knows how to reel it back just in case. She doesn't want to get people mad at her. She's already, you know, done a couple of things that she probably wasn't supposed to do, so, you know. And so then I was thinking, okay, so what would her physical attributes be? You know, since she's kind of the opposite of Lavanya, let's make her the opposite in other ways. So she's shorter compared to Lavanya. She's kind of like a tomboy, right? She keeps her hair short. You know, she doesn't want it to get in the way of fighting. She does take good care of herself, you know, cleans herself up and all that. But she's not going to dress up for anything, you know. Unless she's being forced to, she's not going to dress up for anything. And as you can tell, as I'm thinking of her physical way, I'm also thinking of even more personality types to make her more in-depth. So, you know, there's another rule. Have them play on each other where they can both be built up and make stronger characters, right? So that's basically it for character development. I do believe that when creating characters, especially main characters, you do have to be very thorough. However, you don't have to go out and do a 150 questionnaire about them. If this does help you, go for it. Or if the way I do it helps you, go for that. Or if there's another way, develop your own style, right? And of course I keep on saying this, and I'm just like pushing it into your brain. But yeah, it's true. With any author, it's finding your own way of not just writing, but your own way of developing story, of developing world, and developing characters. When you're able to do this, you grow a lot as an author. And that's something that I've done with Loading Life, and that I'm doing with this one too, with the Nectaria series. But I do want to warn against having the questionnaires like that, especially if they are really long. It is a way to jumpstart your thought process on a character that you want. And it is a way to get over snags like, oh, well, I don't know, these two characters look exactly the same, except for one has green hair and one has blue hair, but they act the same, they do the same, blah, 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 blah. What do I do? It's a good thing to go on these questionnaires and try to be like, okay, how would they differ? How would I actually take those two personalities that are the exact same and make them different? Or maybe by doing the questionnaires, you realize that you can actually take these two characters and make them into one character, right? But anyways, the questionnaires are good. You just shouldn't go by them point by point by point, question by question by question. I think it snags a writer, and you could really get stuck developing your character and not doing anything else. But anyways, next week we'll be covering locations. Woo, so cool! And I'll be telling you all where I am in the first draft, since I've actually started it before the Novel Factory has said anything about it. So yeah, that'll be a treat for y'all. And don't forget to sign up for that giveaway. It's absolutely free to sign up, alright? All you have to do is, go and sign up, and you could win this lovely Fire HD tablet. Woo! Just saying, Amazon had nothing to do with this. I bought this tablet of my own accord. Just saying, for legal purposes. And of course, a signed copy of Loading Life. If you want to check out the first 3 chapters, you can totally go over to my website. The link is also down below. And, like always, I will see you all later, alligators. Bye! So on to actual character development, right? Sorry, I'm just so excited. It's gonna be my a big thing that I'm doing because I'm a professional author and I'm so fancy. So sorry.